Alright, so I could come into this review in two different ways. Do you want to hear a fair, unbiased review of the game where I match up all the errors and good features? Or do you want something that caters for a bunch of fanboys? I'm pretty sure I know what you want, but since you're getting this game anyway, let's see what the hype is all about. So coming from the Modern Warfare's mediocre stories, Black Ops has proven that it can do more. Finally we get a character that talks. I'm not saying there's much character development, but I'm grateful for that. But now I've got to describe the storyline with your new character Alex Mason, and I'm a little lost of words when I have to sum up what Black Ops is all about.
Be cool, Woods. Wait.
Talking to you!
You wake up to a number of different TV screens, whilst being interrogated by some mysterious voice. The story is told with a series of different flashbacks, which is a really good idea in showing off all of the different settings. The game first pits you off in an island called Cuba, and actually Cuba today is a pretty nice place to go on your holidays. Lots of sun, nice people, and you know, the food and drink is cheap. But we don't see that in this game. It's all about the Cuban Missile Crisis and going in to assassinate Castro. The story is no longer the bland story of America v Russia. It's got an action movie feel and touches upon conspiracy theories. There is a complex and slightly confusing story to the game, and I'm glad Treyarch have done this. Finally we get a story for Call of Duty.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Where's the broadcast station?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Voice acting is great and this time it seems real, but still it could have done a lot more, and those characters could have been that much more memorable.
Shoot the airstrip! Suerte, my friends!
There are a lot more set pieces to the game and thus brings out that movie experience. So all in all, I'm grateful that they've tried to create that complex story for the game, but at the end of the day it doesn't come close to some game stories, but yet you can definitely see the effort they put into the game. So the story has changed a great deal, and for the better. However, the gameplay is more or less the same, which is great for most of you, but it does seem a little too familiar. You obviously get new weapons such as the crossbow, but the game in general is exactly the same but in a different setting. It's easy to replace a throwing knife and put a tomahawk in its place. It's easy to add a few more gimmicks which make the game seem brand new, but in reality it's still Call of Duty. But for the better or worse, you decide. One of my favourite missions is when the game makes you pilot a Behind D, or when you're allowed the chance to kill countless amounts of Viet Cong in some sort of an assault boat. Sequences like these are very well done in Battlefield Bad Company 2. Black Ops picks up on this. However, is it really necessary to give us the same kind of things Modern Warfare 2 did? There is a sequence which people call an RTS element, and that's when you're given a bird's eye view of the battlefield, and you simply press a button to select where your team goes. But what Black Ops should have been doing is giving us more of those action-packed vehicle moments filled with set pieces. After jumping in this fighter jet, I expected some glorious dogfight in the sky that would let me steal the plane and shoot some shit down.
Copy, Big Eye. V1.
But no, we are given this shitty piece of RTS element. So the guns are exactly the same, and the crossbow is actually quite fun launching a sticky at an enemy. But you know, it's all the same. I could sit here and go on about the AI being a little inconsistent, but then again I could congratulate the nice slow motion sequences, which totally kick ass. So it all comes down to opinion, and this is a great game regardless of what I say. I haven't even gotten to the online side of things just yet, but let's just get past the graphics and design, and I'll let you know the changes.
You can't kill me! You shoot, GI, you shoot! Ow!
Go ahead. We do three, huh? 1, 2, 3.
Well, why the graphics not that great with this game? There's little improvement to Modern Warfare 2. Character models look fine and the general presentation with the aid of the set pieces is fairly well done. But how about power? This game holds some amazing scenes, but just isn't consistent. Apart from the things that matter most, such as the guns, textures to the environment can sometimes look a little dull. What more is there to say? However, I'm pleased that the game takes you from Cuba to Vietnam and back all the way to Russia in a couple of missions. I like the fact that things are constantly changing, but other than that, if you're looking for some true power behind the graphics, turn to PC.
You got it.
Alright, so I'll cover the online and the zombies in this section. But first, let's just say this story is 5 or 6 hours, give or take. But for this type of story, I didn't feel it needed that much more. But the story became very confusing at one point, but you will understand it when you complete the campaign. And when you do complete the campaign, you will unlock one more map for the popular Nazi zombie mode. I absolutely love this mode, and I think it's the best thing about the game. It is unique, exciting and fun to play with friends. It also makes you think tactics, over what gun to buy, whether or not you should open a door, or perhaps to buy some traps, for example. This time around we have also dogs and crawling zombies, which can sometimes prove a challenge to the best of players. I made round 11 on my own, and I was pretty pleased with that. But go online and you improve your chances based on the intelligence and skill of your team players. But of course, aside from that, there's the big thing called the multiplayer. It's back, bigger than ever, and there's some mixed feelings about it. Some glitches here and there, and the matchmaking needs huge improvement. Sniping has changed, we still have grenade launchers. Now we have flamethrowers, and get new kill streaks such as the RC remote control car.
Enemy care package inbound.
There is a new way to level up rather than just killing people for rank and new guns. You may earn credit in-game depending on how well you do. But there is a new mode called the wager match, which is a little more exciting when you bet your hard-earned points to win that much more. There are 4 different game types within the mode. There are sticks and stones, which gives you only a crossbow, tomahawk and ballistic knife, where you gain points by killing opponents and risk all your points if a person hits you with a tomahawk. One in the chamber gives each player 3 lives and 1 bullet that will instantly kill an enemy in 1 hit. There are 2 other modes, one of which is called Gun Game, which has you battling with a preset of 20 weapons. The first one to earn a kill with each of the 20 weapons wins. Now the standard multiplayer is much the same: core, bare bones, hardcore and prestige. 11 sub-game types such as Team Deathmatch, Mercenary, Headquarters, you get the picture. Same old, same old. But there is a new mode called Arcade, which you will have to unlock in the game, and that can be a little fun when you're a little pissed off when some noob tubes you across the map. But personally, I couldn't care less what the multiplayer is like. I myself don't like it, and I know that a lot of people are finding it hard adjusting to the new maps and weapons. So let's sum this review up, shall we? Story 8. Hey, Call of Duty gets a story. That's good enough for me. Gameplay 8.5. Call of Duty sets the example of a polished first-person shooter. Graphics 7.5. Come on people, you cannot expect to get a 10 out of 10 when the graphics are lacking. Enjoyment 8.5. The online is huge, zombies are great, 6 hours for the campaign and the story has improved. But it's still Call of Duty and it's not perfect. But hey, good luck getting used to the online. It's a great experience for the majority of players. This has been Jazz for Jazz Reviews. I must confess I hated Modern Warfare 2, but I think this game has altered my thoughts on the franchise. The game has its flaws, but a lot of reviewers are kissing the ass of Black Ops, giving 10 for graphics and 10 for overall score. Come on guys, it's not perfect. A great game that brings an overall score 8.5. So once again, this has been Jazz for Jazz Reviews. Send us a comment right below, and hey, what's your game of the year so far?